I'm coming, I'm nearly here, I'm here. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening. Thank you so much for joining me on the super dustial channel that we call the, what's it called again? The Twitch. There we go. Thank you for being here. Chris, thank you for your subscription. Julia, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for your subscription. And Brian, I'm so super excited that you could make it. Thank you so much for your renewed support and subscription here on Twitch. This is great. I haven't literally been on here for over 6 months, I think. So it's one of those things. I'm glad I could revive it. And you know, since we're all here, let's see how it works. I had to do some reauthorizations because all the bots expired and stuff, and it's all difficult. And but yeah, I think we're back. I think we're back. Let me see what we could listen to today. We could do a bit of happy jazz. Happy jazz is good. I think let's do that. Start with a bit of happy jazz. Get that Mr. Rogers vibe going. Do we hear anything? Yes, there we go. It's coming, it's coming. This is good. I love it. Bit of traditional smooth jazz by the friendly people of The Flax. This is nice. Guys, what a delight and what a pleasure. Let me show you what I'm gonna try to work with today. It is actually finishing off the animation we've had a look at last time from the Olympus thing. I'm not quite happy with the lighting. Let me just go and start this up here. Maybe a little bit of the old Epic launcher. And then I also want to have a look at the house on the hill. So the Kiwi Hawk was super, super amazing and has taught me a little trick that lets me at least bring the materials onto the rocks and the maybe I'll go and show you that first in Unreal Engine 4.27 because so this is something we're going to do today. The rocks didn't have materials on it, but Kiwi said, hey, just enable virtual texture whatsits, and that totally works, which is super awesome. And I did some digging in and some research there, and that water just doesn't appear in 5.2 at all, or in 5.1 at all, but it does appear in 4.27. And the virtual textures need to be enabled in either 4 and 5, otherwise it's not going to work. But in 4 it looks really, really pretty, and I thought I'm going to go and show you that. The Beard Goblin! That is so cool. Julia, also congrats on almost being the hype train conductor. That was good. Do you still get that emote? That'd be so cool. The hype train conductor. Beard Goblin, how's it going? You know, only after the stream last time, Julia said you made a great suggestion, and I totally didn't catch that. So I was completely into the project and completely forgot to look at that chat. So I'm glad you said something about, I forgot what it was now, but it was a good idea. I thought it was too difficult. That is the only thing I remember. How have you been? What have you been up to? The birds, that's it, exactly, the birds. So let's see if we can incorporate that into this project. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, so this is an Unreal Engine 4, and even though it looks decidedly different, all the features that we need are here. So that's something I'm going to go and take care of. I could literally go and start with that. It's funny when you see an updated user interface, how quickly the older version looks so outdated that you think, oh my god, how does anyone actually work with this? But it's just as powerful as it's always been. And look at that amazing water. So that hasn't shown up, and also look at those amazing rocks. They all show up, and that's thanks to this trick. I think you just type in virtual texture blending, virtual texture support. That's it. There's several other options that need to, but that they don't have to be enabled, but this is the one that we need to go and enable, and then everything is great. There we go. Rocks aplenty. And the clouds cast a bit of a strong shadow, so I don't know what to think of that, but look at that water. That's very nice. So I can show you the Unreal Engine 5 version in comparison. The water really doesn't look great, but I'm thinking, look at that, some of the rocks are wet where the water may have been at one point. And this is nice. I think I want to go from the top there, from the front, and then just go and pan around here. And we can totally do that in Unreal Engine 4. It doesn't matter. And then I'm going to go, I'm going to go up here somehow. On that house, I'm going to go circle around this twice. And then on that right-hand side of the house, I want to have a big decal that has, that says WP Guru. I don't know how this is going to work with the swing. The swing needs to be simulated, so I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, very nice. Look at all the wafty little plants here. So with those with those lights. I'll see if I can enable that. This here on the side, I think we're going to just see that there's not enough foliage. So I'm going to go and paint some in here. That'll be exciting. I think I'm going to remove all the cameras. So yeah, so this whole rock I think I'm going to cover with foliage so that I can go and at least do another pan here. And then perhaps just have a look at that little house here, on which we have decals galore. These are all decals, these run down things. So those are all decals, so I can go and move them if I wanted to. Very nice. Yeah, magic of decals. And another decal goes here. This is going to be the WP Guru decal on here. But I'm thinking also, oh yeah, this is the swing. And the swing, that might be too obvious that the swing isn't going to work. So I think what we have to do here, just as a preview, we can go into simulate mode and then press play. And then seconds later, we should see something like that. And then eventually the swing is gonna, swing. So I don't know how that's gonna work with an animatic. Or a cinematic. So I'm gonna have a look how cool that's gonna be, or not so cool. If it's not so cool, we're just gonna take the swing away and put the 3D Shenanigans logo on here. That's the second thing I want to do. 3D Shenanigans logo that I think I'm going to build as a high-res version for Unreal Engine 5. Let Nanite take care of all the geometry. But the version we do have, I can import into here and then give it some metal shader, that sort of thing. It totally is, and I'm so glad you understand. So nice to see you, buddy. I have a hard out today at 7 because Mr. Chris is streaming. See if the Mr. Chris shout out works, Brian. That'd be interesting to see. So I'm gonna go and stop this here, and I think I'm gonna get rid of all the cinematics and cameras that we have in here because I don't really need them. And maybe we'll start with the WP Guru decal on the side here because we've seen how to do this in the in Unreal Engine 5. Let's see if I can remember how to do this here. Cinematics. That's my cinematics folder. I'm going to have another one that'll be for my sort of, objects I bring in. So maybe I'll call that WP Guru. How's that? Fly the brand colors. And let's start with importing that texture. That, if only I remember where that was. It was, don't tell me, it was here, and then it was in WP Guru brand assets. And then I think it was, a 2K version, wasn't it? Was this it? This one here is 512. That's not it. We had a much larger version. This one here, maybe. That's a 2K version. That should be, yes, 2000 pixels. Let's use that with alpha channel. Let's see if decals work the same in Unreal Engine 4 as they did in 5. I can't even remember how to bring in an object. I don't, because everything just looks different in Unreal Engine 4, doesn't it? Which one's a bit old? Oh, good point. Fortnite Duo, so we don't do that anymore, do we? Yeah, good point. I should change that. Good point. So how do you bring things in from here? Do you remember? Julia's Twitch, yeah, that's true. Is it under blueprints? No. Cinematics, build, play. Where's that super handy menu at the top where you can... Oh, it's here, isn't it? That's... Yes, I remember now. This is actually much more convenient to say decal. Decal, there we go. That's cool. We just go drag that in, maybe. Yes. Oh, look at that. It aligns itself immediately to where it needs to be. That is awesome. And I think last time all we needed to do was make sure this is this menu here. Man, this is just so much stuff in here. I'm going to put this into its own folder. So at least everything that we need here is in here. WP Guru decal. And then I think we go and create a new material. And I'm not gonna go and make this we don't have control spacebar. Oh, that is that is uncool. Man, that is really uncool. How do we... That's bad, isn't it? Because usually you can just drag in the texture here, but of course if you don't have one, you gotta do it the manual way. There we go. That's it. So RGB goes into here, and I think this needed to be a deferred decal. That's it. And it needed to be translucent, I think. I think so. And then the alpha value can go into opacity. I think that's how it works, right? Let's see. Let's see. Alrighty, and then this material can be, I can go into that. And then here we have it. That is quite nice. So shall we make it this one? That wasn't good. Undo that immediately. Yes. Is this I don't even know if it's pointing the right way. Oh, the right. Let's go and see if we can... Yes, there we go. A bit of this, a bit of that. Awesome. So now we just need to do the stretching a bit. That's easy, isn't it? Super. Which vicious vandal would have put that on the side of the house? Hey, not bad. Graffiti sorted. Maybe a little bit more like this. Yeah, that's probably better. Was here. Now that would be great. Just at the bottom, right? Just write it out. Julia, that is a great idea. Why don't we do that? Because I have a feeling that's going to be really easy. In fact, let me go and turn this into a parameter. I think I can do that. Convert to parameter. And then we can say decal texture. And the cool thing now is we can go and rename this. I'll call this M decal base. That's just for me. And from here I can now go and create a material instance that could be mi wp guru. And then this instance can go into here. So that should be the same. But now, because it's an instance, when I open that, I can go and change out the material a little easier without having to recompile that material. So we're going to go and make another material instance from this and say mi was here. I like it. And this is going to have another texture. So let's go and make that. I love the idea of the was here. Let's make it. I think I have my trusty tablet connected. Yes. Yeah, the really easy event. Yes. Let's try. Oh, this is great. So all I want to do is just write out was here. I'm thinking. 2K, oh yeah, let's do it. With brush. Yeah, with on layer. Why you no work? There we go, that's not bad. No, don't do that. Keep that here. And then maybe can we have a brush that looks like great, like Kyle's ultimate hard pencil. Maybe something with a, yeah, like this. That's nice. I think that might be neat. And I don't even think it matters how large I make it. Something like that? We can do better than that. We can do better than that. Do you think more handwriting, or should I print it out? Like, I'll try it as a handwriting thing. I could also do this. Was ear. Now nobody would understand that, right? My handwriting is of course terrible, so that's a bit of a problem. Something like that? Does that work? Do we see this here? We need a little bit of a gap here. No, that's not the eraser, is it? Eraser? Eraser with a hard brush. Dude. Eraser I meant. Oh, I see, then it switches over to that. Yes, but why? That is not good. I just have to do it again. Yeah, I can do it again. That's cool. The really easy event turning into a really, really difficult event already. Okay, let me try this again. So with the brush, and I'll say, why is it like that now? That's totally not what I meant. There, perfect. Yeah, is that good? I feel I can do so much better than that. This is it here. I can feel it, I can feel it. That's the take right here. Perfect. I'm not sure about the things here. They could be. That's it. I can feel it. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. See how that comes out? Do we need to have that in a particular color as well? Like maybe red, like the WP Guru red, or like a blue, or like an orange maybe. What do you think? Vandal School. Yes, good point. I'm just far too clean, aren't I? Let me try to make it at least kind of orange if I can. Like a dark orange, maybe? What's the black stuff here in the middle? That's totally uncool. Yeah, that I don't really understand what the black stuff is. Is it a stroke? Stroke's not actually what I want. I want a color overlay. Sorry, Photoshop. Yes, overlay is what I'm looking for. Kind of an orange, dark orange. Just something that's color, maybe a little bit red, something like that. And then also to separate, let's try a drop shadow that looks less terrible than this. If I can actually make that. I'm still not entirely sure if the red looks great. I think we need something, if we do want to go all out here. Might also help if we had a background that doesn't look quite so terrible. Make it more like a gray that it'll appear on. And you see, now I'm thinking it's too dark, too drab. Was here, there, awesome. So let's go and export that as a PNG. As an export as. And we haven't even started the animation yet. We're already 25 minutes in. Dang! Maybe take the center line out from the Z. Okay. That doesn't it then just look like a 2 though? I mean, I can try my best to do it again and say was here. With the same effects, of course. Then we have it like this. Yeah, which one do you prefer? Do you think with the without the center line? I'm happy either way. I don't really mind. This just looks like my two, you know. But I can export them both, and then we can see which one you prefer later. Let me go export them both, and then we can see them in situ. How's that? So it'll be PNG with transparency, and let's put it on the desktop. So was here v2, and then I'll put the other one out as well. Export as the same thing, and we'll say was here v1. Okay. I don't know if Unreal Engine actually deals with PSD files. That would be interesting to see. That would be interesting to know, not so much to see. Oh, does it? I do like the sophistication on my graffiti. So yeah, let's try that. I think if I just duplicate that and then shrink and do and such accordingly with that material instance, where we go and say decal texture. Oh yeah, we need to go and import that for duh. Let's pop that in here. Go import the two was ears. I like it with material instances. Super easy. So listen. Was, oh here, that's it. Was here v1. The air of sophistication, Brian. I like that. We wouldn't want to. Whoops. We wouldn't want to live without it. So that's the first one, and I do think it's a bit bright. I might just make it a little less bright here while we're there with the host process volume as exposure. There we go, and maybe 0. Yeah, that's a little bit less bright. And I'll make that big, take game mode away, and so this is one option with the strike through Z. And maybe I could put the other one literally here. That's easy. I can just put another one. Let me do that. So if I take this and then duplicate that here, and then I'll duplicate that, was ear 2, and that gets that, and this gets the was ear 2 version. I mean, you know, then we can have that question going for literally ever. And people will be asking all kinds of questions of why is this was here there twice, and why does it say W02 here? Who's that? So I'm happy trying that out. Oh, that would be good. That is a great idea. Let's have a little photo of us. That's a really cool idea. Well, hey, easy to switch off and disable and do other things with. I think the next thing I want to take care of, since I now don't have to worry about the rocks anymore, I think I'll go and add some foliage over here. Who's this, by the way? Manny! What are you doing here, buddy? I didn't know you were around. Didn't think anyone was living here. Last I checked in with Kiwi, he was saying that he has replaced the house on the hill with something that has interior, so that's interesting too. Maybe we'll leave Manny here for now. I mean, Manny isn't quite on the ground anyway, so... Yeah, so all this, I'm gonna go and put foliage in here. And I think I might try that also with the tablet. Because that is another little job for... I keep finding uses for my little Wacom tablet, and I think it's nice to give it stuff to do, you know? I think. Also save. And then, right, so foliage mode, that's in a completely different space, isn't it? That's here under modes. It looks so different, doesn't it? Foliage. But we have all the same bits and pieces, so I suppose it's this and that, and maybe this as well. Perfect. Foliage, all right. This is my most favorite part in Unreal Engine, painting things like this. And then if you go and put other items in this, then it's not just grass, then it's also things like rocks. So I could add, if I switch this rock on, now I have rocks in the middle here as well, if I wanted that. It's kind of cool, isn't it? And then if I don't want that, I just hit shift and then I go and delete whatever I've done there. So if I don't like the thing with the rocks, I disable the rock, or I just add a little flower in here, and then, you know, every once in a whoops, ding, once in a while I have purple flowers in here. Also not bad. So maybe we can go and just mix and match. This is then also how you can paint rocks into places where you want to have them. Very, very nice. So I'm going to switch that off again. And density, if that is a bit too strong, we can make it 0.3, and then things get just thinned out a little. So maybe there's not that many towards the edge of the cliff here, possibly. So much fun, this. Very funny. Hey, also, I'm just thinking, can I do this? Oh yeah, I can. Oh, that is awesome. Look at that. Now I'm like literally in here. Hey, that is just so cool. I can see why Cyan are still working with Unreal Engine 4. I mean, why wouldn't you? Oop, did I put something over here accidentally? I didn't mean to do that, sorry. Is that a... I don't think we're going to see that, but this is the demo level here. I might go and put some rocks on the side of the cliff here. Because, you know, cliff sides have rocks and all. So let's unselect these and then just go and pick a few rocks here. Okay, perfect. Great. I'm just so happy that I keep finding uses for my tablet. Maybe also over here. I mean, I don't know how much we're going to see that, but I think I'd like to continue the foliage and have it thinned out over here. I think that might be nice. CS Bond, Thank you so much for being here, buddy. Very nice to see you. Mr. Charles. Try exclamation mark Charles, Chris. That might work. I think I haven't set up SO. Because I think it's totally cheap, you know. So cheap. I'm gonna go and put maybe some rocks here. Maybe that's nice while I'm in the rock painting mood. Even though that would be so much easier, you know. Charles, come on, does it work? It doesn't work. You know, since I need to make that change on that other shout out on the Twitch bot, let's go do that before we forget, huh? Give Charles a shout out. Oh, there we go. Shout out was given to CS2 Bond. That's so. What does SO then? Who does that? I didn't even know that was enabled. That's great. Good. Oh my god, that looks crazy, doesn't it? Let's do that. So first of all, command. Let's fix the Julia command. Julia. What are we going to say, Julia? Join Julia for some exciting core and possibly Unreal Engine streams. Is that good? Oh, shout out is a Twitch command and exclamation mark SO is a bot command. I didn't know if that was enabled on my bot. I think I may have accidentally got two bots running, one unreliable one and one more reliable one. Also, what is that? Unreal Engine 2. There we go. Is that good? If you agree, Julia, I'm just going to go put it in. If we want to do something else, that's also fine. And then we're going to go do another one. Exclamation mark Charles. Check out Mr. Charles Bond. Shall I say the second? Charles Bond doing some fine DAS studio streams. How about that? Streaming, there we go. Fine DAS studio streaming, how's that? 8-ball, I don't even know if that works on here. Have I got it enabled? There's so many things in this thing that you can enable. That could be under... Where's that? That's not a timer. Those are my timers here. Quotes, giveaways, song requests, mini games. That could be heist, free for all, boss battle. But 8-ball, I don't think is in here. Coffee. There we go. Look at that. Coffee works. Let's see if this works. Woohoo! Charles, Julia, if you're happy with your shout outs, that's fine and dandy. If not, do let me know. I'm happy to quickly change them. It only takes a second, so. All part of the service, my friends. Let's carry on with some exciting foliage here. I think it was these 3. And these are flowers here, so I'm going to go and dot them around. Oops. There. Yeah, I don't know how much of it we're going to see, but it'll be nice to have some more stuff going out into the distance here. Hoping we're not gonna see all that much of this part here. We're going to more focus on this, and that's where the foliage is really super dense. But I like the purple flowers here, so I think I might go and just enable maybe just some, put like a little yellow island in here, and density might be a bit high still. Like everywhere, just a dash of something nice and dandy. Also maybe size could be more like 128, so that we don't have these large patches. Sweet, got some purple flowers here, got some yellow ones over there already. Oh, I see. So those are more like deserve more density. Under the hood, by the way Unreal Engine works with foliage is that everything I'm painting here is turned into a single actor that is then the foliage actor. Sweet! As nature is, sometimes you just have little patches of grass on top of rocks where you think, why would you even grow there? But hey, that's what we do in nature, isn't it? Not that it makes sense, that's just what we do. Sweet. Oh, you know what? I think I saw that one. Oh, I think I saw the thumbnail. Not that I've watched the video. I remember the guy's hairstyle. They were saying on the product page there which artist made this, or if it was inspired by an artist. I don't quite remember who that was. No, I hadn't heard of him, but I thought that's nice if it's more like an homage. There, because this is totally what nature would do. It would just go, hey, we can grow here, that's fine. Sweet. Oh yeah, then a little bit more here maybe, because I think we will be coming around the corner here, I think. Yeah, we'll just see this in the distance. I'll come from here with the camera, then I'll go around here, and then we'll see the house, and we go around, and I think we're gonna go and end up on this. So it's like a spirally motion, I'm thinking. It's a fairly long, very slow animation with this exciting cloud in the background as well. That's nice. The only thing I don't know about are the birds yet, but we'll see if we can make that happen. I think the logo itself is still could do with a little bit more stretching, I think. How do I get out of this? Modes, there we go. This is so much less confusing in Unreal Engine 5. Also, I keep telling myself. Yeah, so this, and then we make that a little bit more that way. That looks more like my logo, I think. Need some sheep. Let's see if I can do that. Let's start with the birds. So Manny is here. I'm thinking. I think Manny is gonna go. I don't see Manny here. Here in the final shot. Also, all the cameras here. Anything that's a camera. Yeah, the whole thing. The whole thing can go. As in everything. Select all descendants. Ooh, okay. I didn't know it could do that. A previous multiple cameras does it. That is very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go and delete them all. I could have made a copy of the level and just made sure this is my copy. Leave the original intact. But hey, I guess I didn't do that, so. Can VFX artists follow Bob Ross in real time? That sounds like a good idea, actually. Good title. That also goes away. And then Manny here goes away. That's probably his camera. I think this might be too far away, too wide. Maybe we'll come in from here. I think that's a nice opening shot. Come in through here and then just approach that there. Let's see if we can make it happen. So the first thing I'll do then is get level sequence. Why is there no cinematics menu? Dang. How do you do that in Unreal Engine 4? Animation, perhaps. Animation. They've split that up, haven't they? Level sequence. Whew, found it, everyone. Good stuff. Say, I've already saved. Thank you, Julia. Good point. I should put this under version control as well, shouldn't I? That would be, that's possibly a good idea. Let's do that as well. And I'll call this one JCam. Yes, let's add version control here. With Git. And initialize. I mustn't do anything while this does it, because this is now doing things. Super important. The moment you say, okay, fine, this stops doing what it needs to do in order to write all the files down. So I think under the hood, it actually now goes and makes a copy of everything that's in the working directory and puts it into a hidden directory and turns that into a commit. And then every time you do something else that deviates, it just goes and saves the change. But the first time, it just goes and needs this whole thing to be saved. Thank you for reminding me, Julia. Still adding files. Still adding files. And I've made this mistake many times before, that when I go and navigate away because I'm a little bit too impatient, it goes and the commit didn't work and there's no real explanation why. Also funny to see that Git is still in beta version for the last 10 years. They haven't turned it into a non-beta version. Yes, adding files, 102%. Yes. What? Checking files into source control. Okay, that sounds good. Check-in operation was successful. Oh, that is good. So we do just what? Accept settings, is that it? Connection to source control was successful. This is exciting. Obviously, I don't trust it, so I'm going to go have a look if it's actually doing it. And add my local repository, which was it in assets? Yeah, House on the Hill UE4. I think that was it. Git, yes. Select, yes. Add, yes. And Feather PNG, that hasn't been added to the project. There we go. Initial commit, that was me. Awesome. Goodie. So let's go and say added thumbnail and checked stuff. Perfect. All right, now we're fully version controlled and we can go start doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I'll open this up and then that should give me my camera. Also, I thought it's not exactly the camera that I had imagined. I'll call this one JCam. And the first thing that has me stumped is I wasn't gonna use depth of field. How do I change that then? This is stuff I know in Unreal Engine 5, but not in 4. Interesting. So I think focal length we're going to be shorter, 28 maybe, 18 maybe. 18 is good. Focus. Focus. Do not override perhaps. Much better. Do not override sounds good. And then the other thing, we want it do is the post-process blend weight. Looks like it doesn't make a difference, but I think I wanted to use the post-process volume settings, not its own post-process settings. And then I think we can. And then I think we can go. Goody. Lock in, check. Length of the animation. Nick, how's it going? Do you know, it is literally, I'm using it only because this product here has a shader that doesn't work in Unreal Engine 4, in Unreal Engine 5, sorry. I bought this with a Humble Bundle, and this beautiful water shader here, that comes with this product, and it doesn't work in 5, and that's the only reason why I'm doing it in 4. So all the other animations I was doing in 5, and yeah, this one, the water shader just didn't work, and I don't have anything as beautiful as this, and I thought the easiest way to actually make use of that is to just go back into 4, and off we go. Here we are in 4, and then I can barely remember how things work in 4. That's how it works. And if you wanted to, I don't know if !humble works, but that is where you can get those assets from, this particular asset. I think they have a couple right now, where when you pay $25, you get this and like 10 other assets that all look very, very cool. So I thought I'm gonna delve in and see what I can do with them. Let's see, so if we say show time as seconds here, and I'm thinking this is probably going to be a full 1 minute animation. Let's go and drag this out. Timing that could well change as we play here. So let's see, like I'll just put rough keyframes here the way I see these. Dude, why can't I move things anymore? Oh, because I'm not piloting you, am I? Pilot? Where you at, buddy? Pilot, there we go. So I want to go and do this whole spiral thing. So I think this is my first keyframe here. If it works from here to there, yes. And then the next one is going to be slightly further over here. And I'll just go and sweep around the rocks. That was the plan. And the next one is going to be sort of here. And those aren't going to be the final ones, but they're going to give me a nice little guide of where I want to be. Like the first one I could already see, I want to keep the house further in the middle here. But that's nice. So from here we go. I think further down towards the water, I'm thinking. I don't mind the negative space. It's all good. It's all good. Quite the opposite. And that way we don't see so much of the landscape behind us that doesn't have the foliage. Yeah, like all this stuff. I don't know if this is actually beautiful enough here to show. Perhaps I should just come back up and go to the house now. Good Mix 90, thank you for following, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's go and come further, closer to the house, and then just get closer, because I don't want I don't want for this to get too boring. It's part of my holding loop here when I start streams. Yeah, so this doesn't look great, does it? The background. So we'll have to go and find ways, unless we find creative ways of just doing something like this. Will that work? Yeah, that I can work with. So I can go and we can just plant some trees over there. Make it a little bit more interesting. We're not supposed to see this, I don't think. That's beautiful. So every keyframe should express something that looks nice. Every keyframe should look like a good looking still. And if it doesn't, then, you know, might be time to change it. But then you can be sure that everything that gets tweened, you can just go and correct that. But if every keyframe already looks okay or nice enough, it might be a bit too much, but let's see. Looks like I need to correct my timing here a little bit in a second. Yes, I think I was moving a bit too fast, but I do like the idea of the tree here. So timing I'll correct a little bit later. Let's go and just make it 90 seconds then. Just so that I have enough time. We'll see how the swing works. I might remove it. I don't know if it's gonna work okay or not. I think this should be enough. Let's see what that looks like. And then correct where appropriate. Right, I'm thinking that as well. Even from here, you can totally see it still. That's nice. Yeah, so if we're going to focus more on the house, I think I can. Yeah, these things that can be a bit faster here. I think we were faster in the beginning, so I'll condense this down. I was speeding up a little bit. Yeah, I think I like the closeness to the ocean, but I think we don't need to be that far over there. And we can just go further to the house quicker. I feel like there should be something here, perhaps the 3D Shenanigans logo. I'm thinking that could be cool. There could also be a WP Guru logo on the other side of the house. That would work. That tree, I don't know, we might want to be behind the tree a little bit further. That in 60 frames, that's going to look great. Boom! I love it. Or on the lighthouse, yes, that's also possible. Interesting, isn't it? Wow, this is great. I'm loving it already. So let's see then, from the front here, I think this is a good speed. This works okay for me, but I think we could be further down already. I think this was a keyframe where we could just be further down already. Like now we're going down. I think we'll go, this make that a little bit faster to begin with. And then from here to there, so this is where we want to be down already and not quite so far over. So I'm thinking we'll just keep it like so. I think also here we were a little bit far over. I think I like the house to be further in the middle, like just like so. So we go from here to there. And then we go down already, so that's nice. This is a little slow, so I'll go and take this keyframe over here. Man, this is just so much more convenient than some of the other 3D apps that we work with, huh? And now it could probably become a little crazy. I think I might just go take this one out completely and then see how this to here works, and then I'll just put do my corrections from here. So once missing this guy, we could probably be coming closer in already. And timing wise, we need to correct that quite a bit. Well, yeah, if we put the 3D Shenanigans logo here, I think that would be a good hero object to have there. Let me just put just a thousand, like a thousand sphere maybe. Just so that we have a different hero object here. That's where that logo is going to be. Yeah, so this shot makes a little bit more sense then. Yeah, WP Guru 3D Shenanigans, this is great. Yeah, we go over here, that's quite good. Just need to space that timing out a little. Oh, and these windy things, we need to go and space all of these out. There was a way to do this. I think you can do it with scaling. If you select multiple keyframes and then you scale, there was a way to literally space them out, but I forgot how to do that. So if we find animated sheep, Brian, that would be really cool. I mean, they don't have to do much. It could just be something they don't have to walk around, just bend their neck down. That would be good. That would be really nice. That would be really cool. Maybe, yes, especially on the background hills, like these ones here, right? This is where we could do more foliage or some other sort of objects like, you know, these little distant town in the background type things. Yes, I think that's a good idea. Maybe even these longish type trees here. This takes a bit of time, so... Oh, that is a bit fast, so that makes that a bit slower. This could be faster. And this then, that's also, it could be faster. Quite a bit faster. Yes, and that's now also the timing prop. There we go. Oh yes, so in this here, I'll see if we want it to be further behind the tree. I think just by pushing us back here. Oops. That should do that. And then I think here, aside from the timing issue, you have to see how I can scale keyframes down, because I did manage to do that once. Whoops, that's a bit much, isn't it? That's not what we wanted to do. Okay, let me take the last keyframe away, and then we'll go from here. We'll just go in a bit further, like just like that. Oh, PlayStation Store told me Reality Bending Viewfinder is out now. I don't even know what that is. And then we settle in. Perhaps a little faster. I'm not sure. This keyframe just is not working for me. Maybe from here we just go closer. Just like that. Yeah, no, it's just not working. Again, put everything a bit tighter together. Just make it a bit faster and snappier. But other than that, I really like it. Oh yeah, we also have these little blue flowers here and the purple one. So maybe that could be something we can consider for the end, for the far landscape. I was thinking. Okay, like this. Well, so far so good. A few corrections, but I think like this here, I'm not entirely sure about this, but that's fairly easy to correct just with another keyframe there. Let's see what happens if we bring in the 3D Shenanigans logo here. I like the idea of it kind of revealing it here, and we just go along here. Let's do that. Okay, quickly saving everything. What's the Uffington White Horse? I don't think I've seen that. And I can try the depth of field. Yes, definitely. Yes, this whole area here. Let's have a think what we can do there. Depth of field is certainly gonna work there. First animation. Oh, I can actually do this inside Unreal Engine if I wanted to. I'm so used to doing it with GitHub for desktop. The Uffington White Horse. Oh, do you know what? I didn't bring my coffee. Dang, I'll be right back. Because, who am I? What am I without coffee? Nothing, I tell you, nothing. 1 second, call us. Be right back. Fantastic. Really? The archaeology sense is tingling. Hey, that is good to know. I want coffee, you want coffee, we all want coffee. So the logo, I think I've made that last time. I might just have to re-export it out from the Blender. And I did actually decide to make it a really high-res version for the Unreal Engine 4 animations, because then Nanite can handle that. But for Unreal Engine 4, I think I'm going to keep it as it is with those material zones. Here it is. I think that is that the one? Yes, I think we had to do this. Triangulate it, because otherwise Unreal Engine just didn't like it. Did we have the material zones on here? Yes. Perfect. Okay. .3ds logo. view coordinates, that, and I suppose material groups, vertex groups perhaps as well. And that's all we have. And then here this, I think that could all go into a decal folder. My decals go in here. Paching. Move here indeed, yes. The Long Man of Wilmington. Do I know that guy? It sounds familiar, Brian. The Long Man of Wilmington. Right, so it's not a skeletal mesh. We don't want to do materials because I think I'm going to take care of that myself. I don't think we have texture, so don't worry about that. Import. See how it goes. Oh no! You've made little pieces out of it. That's not what I want. Remove, delete, no, do it again. Do not split things into a thing. Leave it as they are. And we don't have a search option here, so there's something like combine, generate collision, you can do that. Yeah, so in Unreal Engine 4 and 5 I just go and look for the thing that says don't split, something along the lines of combine, reorder, invert, overwrite. Those are just, maybe it's here. Combine meshes, there we go, that's it. Okay. Uffington White Horse is a prehistoric carving in the side of a hill in Oxfordshire. White because it's lined with chalk. Wow, 100 meters! That's crazy! Prehistoric, that is, how old is that? Old! Aha, that is. 3D Shenanigans logo. Not quite the size. It could still be 10 times larger than this, right? I'm thinking even larger than that, or larger yet, because it's the hero piece. I'm still piloting the camera. That's not good, is it? Should it be on the side a bit? I can't tell. Maybe not. I might just pick a flatter piece, or I'll flatten out the landscape here. Yeah, I might do that. Just give the landscape a little flatten here. Dude, seriously, it's fine. I don't need a tutorial. It's okay, fine. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm good here. Very sweet. Very sweet. Sculpt and tool strength. Oops. Don't do that. Smooth, there we go. And back to this. There. Now it's got a proper little place to sit in here. Now all we need to do is give it some materials. And I'm thinking I might just add the starter essentials here. Content pack, starter content, because that has some nice metallic shaders that I can use as an instance and then just go and color a little bit. Possibly. I love that they don't actually know. I love that they don't actually know. Between 1000 and 2000 BCE. Wow. It's been a few decades. Yes, I like it. Do you know, good question, will the shenanigans stay in place today? I don't know. Kiwi says, yeah, you got to make sure you're on the first keyframe, but I think it has more to do with if an object is tracked, then it can be keyframed, so everything that isn't tracked in the sequencer, like the house, for example, or the swing, those things, you know, they should just be ignored. So I'm thinking... Oh, is he? That's interesting. We have somebody, I never know who that is. Either it's a drummer or it's like little Jimmy. Sometimes it gets really loud and crazy stuff what neighbors do. I just spoke to my mom today and I said I would love to live in a bungalow, like a standalone house in the bungalow. There's no one upstairs, no one downstairs, no one next to me. That's what I want. Must be Mr. Stompy. Maybe he's burying bodies. Yeah, that could be. Dang. Do you know, adding this is usually much faster, but because we have version control on every single file that gets added, gets a round trip in the version control software, I think. It's fine. We have the time. Yes, I'm thinking I'll see if I can find a metallic, silver metallic color, and then I'll override that with our pink, blue, green, and yellow. Also, when the music turns weird, let's put this on. Mr. Stompy. So nice to be back on Twitch. It's really, you know, it's been a while. It's been a while. I've been neglecting this place. Maybe I can make it a regular appearance, like Twitch Tuesday. Even I can remember that. That would be nice. Twitch Tuesday. And maybe there's a way to make these things a little bit larger here. Oh, come on. Dude. It just doesn't stay. It doesn't stay open, only stays open for a second. Fine, we'll live with that then. There was something like brushed chrome, brushed steel, something like that. See what that looks like on one here? This is the brushed chrome. What's brushed steel like then? Oh yeah, that's got some particles in it. That might be nice, especially if we change the UV tiling there. The steel. Yeah, I do like the smoothness. Brushed nickel. What's this one here? Water lake. Well, that would be creepy. Brushed nickel. What does nickel look like? And none of my drop-down menus are working all that well here. No, they're not, are they? Maybe I need to do a little bit of a reboot here. Yeah, maybe this with a slightly smaller UV scale here. The brushed steel. Maybe I'll use that. But let me go and restart Unreal Engine because I'm not getting the drop-down menus here. So quick restart and then we'll be right back. Or maybe just saving. Saving didn't work, so restart it is. No option for you. Yeah, exactly right. This is also built on Qt, by the way, Unreal Engine, or the Unreal Editor. And I wonder if they've also upgraded to a newer framework version from Unreal Engine 4. I don't know what version this is built with. But like, you know, flaky menus that always tells me, yeah, it's could be the framework. Brian, I've spent so much quality time with Pedro and I just couldn't make it work. It's such a shame. And it's all down to those normals. I really don't know what the problem is. It must be, so at this point I'm thinking it must be something that SimpleBake introduces. I really don't know what the issue is there. But these riffles and all that it introduces, that's just not in the original. I don't know what's going on. Also, I don't really know what else I could use for baking other than Substance Painter, but Substance doesn't turn one tile into another, so do we have menus now? Yes, look at that, we've got menus. Perfect, perfect. Oh yeah, unlit doesn't look all that amazing. Yeah, so I like the idea of this. That was the brushed steel. So if I go and make myself a copy of that. Brushed steel, put that in here, copy. Must be something funky with SimpleBake, yeah. So this is now my copy of the material, so I can go and doodle around with it. So let me see what they have as parameters here. Like one thing I want to adjust is the scaling here. And I could probably just do that here. Is this a parameter already? No. That's reduce macro contrast. So I'm looking for a way to override the base color. They've got that here. Or like a tint of some description. And you'd have to, I think you have to do this on the you have to do this before that goes in here into the base color. So they multiply these two things. Macro variation. So I'm going to make that Like 4 and 4. Does that make it smaller then? Or larger? I think it might make it larger. No, it hasn't done that. Is that then... Do we have that... Do we do that on here then? No, that's not it either. Maybe it's not as easy as I thought to change the UV texture of these bumps here. Or is that the normals? Oh, that could be the normals actually. Normals, there we go. So make larger and yes, gotcha. So that's kind of what I want. Perfect. So that I can leave these guys alone here. Sorry about that, guys. You stay on 1. There, we just make these particles a bit smaller. Reduce macro contrast, and then we have that, and that's how I basically need a duplicate node before I go in here, or rather a multiply node, I think. So that we go from here to here, and then we go and put, I think, that in here, and then I think we turn that into a parameter and we call that color tint, I think. I mean, don't quote me on it. I really don't know if that is how we do that, but I think that might just do the trick. So this is basically my material now, and I could probably just rename that. J's metal, and if I put that on here, does that look good? It looks good. Look at that. It's got less of these flaky bumps here. I like that. And now to give it color, I think I can go and create a material instance of that, MI, and I'll call it pink. And if I go and put that like on here, perhaps, perfect. Then if I go and add color tint, oh my god, Jay, don't tell me this works. Man, look at that, it works! I can't believe it, I remembered. That is just so cool. And now I can go and give these things variation. Oh my, that is just cool, isn't it? Woohoo! A car? Wow. Sounds good. We'll just turn the normal map into displacement map, then export that out into substance, and bake that into normals. I mean, you know, why don't we make it as complex as possible? Because I'm thinking, if that's the only way it works, why not? I'm down with that. Now with 50% less flaky bumps. I mean, if I was really brave, I could go and make that adjustable on the material as well. If only I want. So everything on the base material, you can make changes, but it takes 5 or 10 seconds for Unreal Engine to compile this thing. So instead, if you turn values into parameters and then make an instance of the material and then override the parameters on the instance without changing them on the base material, it's more efficient. It just is, I think, because shaders need to be compiled and all. So if I was really brave, I could just go and... Can I turn these into parameters as well? Let's see, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. These things, they can't be turned into parameters. So in order for this to be adjustable, you'd have to multiply that with another value, and you can make that value a parameter that is then adjustable. And you think, oh God, really? So I might just not do that because... I don't know, yes, no, 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 good. So this one I can go and copy now, which is Control D in Unreal Engine 5, but it's Control W in Unreal Engine 4. Am I blue? And then we're going to make that blue. And then we have another one that's MI green. I tell you, the stuff you need to know just to get going here. It's crazy. And then one more, which is MI yellow. And it's weird when it says yellow, but it isn't yellow. There. So, pink, blue, green, yellow. I think we've got pink already. Then we have blue, green, yellow. Haha. Hang on a minute. Yellow doesn't look yellow. Yellow looks terrible. Yeah, so lighting wise, maybe we need to have just some light on the front here. Now that I'm thinking about it. Do we have lights here? Something like a rectangle light? Yes, yes, yes. I like it. Light, I tell you, does not need to be rebuilt if we put it into movable. Listen to me, Unreal Engine. Yeah, that isn't great, is it? Is that also shining down currently? It might do. No, this is shining up and at 'em. And is there anything about soft things? Soft, what's it? No, I dreamt that. That's just... That's other light sources. Does that look good? I can't tell. This doesn't look... It's not what I had expected here. So the light's definitely coming from behind, but I don't feel it's all light enough. It'll depend on... let's try a point light here. Movable point light. Shiny! Possibly too shiny. I can't quite see it just yet, but maybe we don't have to. I'll just leave that one light and we'll see what... It's so shiny, isn't it? I mean, if everything... If all that fails, I can always go back to the main material and see if we could pop an emissive color in and essentially just use whatever comes out of the base and put that also into the emissive. And then just see what that looks like. This might be too strong, so I might have to go and put another multiplication thing in here, turn that into, like, put that in here and then put that into emission, and then we can, whoops, and then we can just go and say, I might just label these things as well, because tomorrow I'll have forgotten why I did all that. Knowing me. I gotta say, I got used to nodes because so many programs are using them. This is the color tint, and then here we'll go and say, that's enough probably. Convert to parameter, and this is emission strength. So if I multiply this by 0, then emissive should be off, and if I multiply that by value, I'm basically blending in a little bit of it glowing, I'm hoping. There's also the metallicity value here. It's set to 1, but I could go and turn that into a parameter as well, I think. And then we can see what it looks like with less metallicity, let's call it. Then at least it's overridable on the instances, you know. If that all works. I love it if this is a little smaller here, so we can just go and see what the effect is. So this is that blue, for example. If I were to go and say emission strength 1, then that is too much, so 0.1. Yeah, there we go, that is nice. So we just make it stand out a little bit more, maybe even 0.05. So this has to be subtle so that it's not too dark. Can you imagine you animate it and it pulsates? Hey, that's not bad. And then metallicity, if we take that down, that just makes it flatter, doesn't it? You make it more than 1. No, that doesn't work. And that's just plastic. So I think the metal is nice. I mean, a glowing metal that doesn't really exist, I don't think. But yeah, 0.05 is probably a good value for that. Can even do it on a per color basis now, which is groovy. So maybe pink doesn't need quite that much. And yellow might need more. Much like green. Green is also perhaps... Yes, yes. Look at that, we're getting there, we're getting there. Yes, yellow, get your act together. There's yellow. And then pink. Was pink good here, or does pink need the 0.3 type value? Yeah, there we go. 3D shenanigans as I live and breathe. On top of the hill. And maybe we don't need the point light anymore then? Maybe not. Point light be gone. Okay. Shiny logo. All right. Half an hour, 20 minutes, so we can see if we can get our animation going here. I'll go save this and I'll just make a quick commit so that I remember what that is. Submit to version control. This always takes longer than you think, doesn't it? And then it disappears. added material instances for 3ds logo. Ding. This is where I find that my camera is now gone and none of the animation we've hammered out is there anymore. And we have to do it all again. And you go, really? I'm still a bit clueless as to what to put on in the background here. I'm thinking one idea would be to take this cloud formation and put that there, because these are cloud actors, aren't they? Yeah, this is what they look like. And we can just go and duplicate them to the other side, I'm thinking, because they look just so cool. So that's one thing we can try. Where's the house? There's the house. Oh no, I've turned something. The post-process volume. Dang. Okay, cinematic. No, camera's still there. That's nice. That's neat. Here's the logo. It glistens a little bit. I'll see if I want to do something with the light. I'm thinking that might be neat. It could also just, you know, be here. Yeah, maybe just a little angling. Yeah, just the right angle actually made a difference. I might just turn it towards here without the... Yeah, nice. Okay, let's go watch this. See what the timings are like. So far so good. So almost like the first part was a bit fast, all the others are a bit too slow. This I can see some birds flying in the sky now. This is actually quite nice, I gotta say. Especially with music like this. Yeah, all this coastline here. I think if we manage to put the clouds around it all, so that all of it looks like this, that would be cool. And then, like you say, trees, bushes, they don't even have to be high res. We could start with these lanky ones here and see what that looks like. And then we have the problem with the swing. So that, I guess, that gets decided when we oh, nice, look at that. Aw. They are cool, aren't they? I'm thinking that as well. The sparkles on the logo, that is actually really nice. So I think timing wise, I think I was okay with it. This is almost a bit fast when we get going here. And I think the easiest way to alleviate that is to grab all keyframes and just move them slightly further back. And then we have this nice slightly slower start here. And there was only one other thing I wanted to correct, and that's the one, well, two really. I think this, I think I'm okay with, that we're going down to the ocean. Charles, I think I started with Unreal Engine, I think in 2018, 2019, something like that. And animations is what I always wanted to make with it, because it's just, it's difficult in other programs, and not so much difficult, but speed is good here. I think I'm okay. This could do with more grass here. And we could put the decal on this house as well, I'm thinking. Here's the bit I wanted to change. I think this bit here, this pan, I think I'd like to be maybe on this keyframe here. I'd like to be further down a little bit. I think if we're good here and we're going over to here and we say we're good here, I don't know actually, if are we good here? Let's just be further down here, I'm thinking. Yeah, so since about 2018, 2019, yeah, if we just do this. Yes, I feel it makes it a more interesting shot then. And I'm happy to go back up then, that's also okay. Maybe not quite so much. So I think now that we've come from a lower shot, let's go a little bit further down here as well. Like so. Just easing that in. Yeah, so then we come... I think I might want to adjust this keyframe here. I think let's go down already here. Yeah, so now we basically just say house on the hill. I think that just makes it... That was it. That was exactly the change I've been meaning to make. Ha! I think we've got it! You find it looks less confusing. That's alright, isn't it? I find, so what I'm thinking, I suppose not so much about Unreal Engine 5 anymore, but 4, what I think Brian and I were saying, this whole wall of settings and 1,000 little bits and sliders and I mean there's just values everywhere. I think that is really confusing, and that really put me off Unreal Engine, I have to say, at first. And I felt like for the first 3 years I was going nowhere. I was thinking, why can't I understand that? It just doesn't make sense, you know. Yes, let's look at it in full screen. This looks beautiful. If we get these clouds further in the back, that would be nice. We could even, instead of having landscape in the background, we could also have this ocean. So that's another opportunity. If we just think all that landscape is gone and all we see is the ocean that we see here, perhaps we should do that. So then we will just see ocean and clouds. Oh, the logo is maybe a little bit too far down. Let me just go and dig that out. It's a bit too sunken in the ground, but I like the sparkly bits there. I feel like there could be something more here. Like you say, Julia, there's something on the lighthouse, maybe something else on the house there. Yes, the low shot. The low shot, that was it. That makes this whole thing a lot more interesting. Beautiful. More like a tiny island, yes, in the midst of the big ocean. I'm thinking something easy. And let's just go save this before anything untoward happens. I like these bushes here, the blue things and the purple things. So there could just be more of them here, or perhaps the light wasn't right so that we didn't quite see them. So like this thing here, I really like that. Yeah, so one thing, Charles, that is great about Unreal Engine is that if you have an object that you like and you think, hey, I'd like more versions of that. You can just go Alt, left click and drag and just make a copy of that, and then move it where you wanted it to be. You can also then rotate it around. So it takes a while to get used to all these things, but it's fairly snazzy when it comes to level building with this. But the initial learning curve isn't for the faint-hearted. That is true. But also, I mean, that might not be like that forever. It could just be that they make it easier all the time. And another thing that isn't fantastic about Unreal Engine, I gotta be brutally honest, is this constant state of beta. You know, that there's so much that you know doesn't work, and you just get on with it, and bugs that they just don't fix, and things just get superseded by new versions without existing things getting improved. Sometimes that's a little annoying. But other than that, it's I think it's worth exploring. Okay, let's go and put this decal over on the other side. Decals, there's the same principle as we have it in Iray. Fantastic. And sheep ads, yes. We have to have sheep ads. Maybe that's a cool idea for the weekend, that we just make some signs or some little sheep. I mean, we can probably use Blender's what's it called here, the metaball objects, I'm sure, to make some fluffy sheep. You know, just use instead of a mesh, you just use a metaball ball object, and these things, as soon as you duplicate them, they just stick together. So maybe we'll go and make a sheep shape out of that. I mean, I don't know, you know, something like that. And as long as it, dude, come on. As long as it's something that can get my modifiers mixed up here. As long as it's something you rig and it has a little head that goes down, I think we can make something like that. And just put a little sheep together that has little tiny legs here. You get the idea. Something, it's not, doesn't look very sheep-like, but that plus sculpting, maybe we can make something happen. Sheep-vertising. They're so much fun to play with metaballs, aren't they? So just for the last 10 minutes, let's see if we can go and... I like the idea of dotting some of these trees around, but also seeing if we can remove this whole part of the landscape altogether. Let me actually make a duplicate of this now, like I've forgotten before. This one's just called Feather. If I just go save it, and I'll put this as my main thing into my cinematics here. Copy here. Well, no, you moved it. Dang, brother, that's cruel. Don't. Abort. I meant copy. Serializing bulk data. Oh my god. Chernobyl sheep. Do you know, aren't there things on the DAS store that we can use as sheep? That'd be kind of cool as well. We just use the bridge to transfer them. Add just a small bit of rigging. I mean, they don't need to walk around. All they need to do is put their head down, and then they just graze. Feather. I was gonna duplicate this. Feather V2. The return of feather. And that is where I'm gonna keep working in, just in case I screw up the landscape. Alternatively, I could have just used... What's this now here? That's a blueprint called feather? No, nobody wants this. Oh my god, that's just all... Force delete. I don't need any of these things. I've done something bad, boys. Bad. I shouldn't have done that. That's gonna get deleted. I'm gonna do something else because I've got this super clever and exciting version control stuff. I'll just go move this back into map. Move here. As Jay completely ruins his project. Oh really? Free animals pack. That I should explore. What is this? This can't be deleted. That's fine. Map feather. Save everything. Duplicated. Or let's say tweaked animation. Added second decal. We could do something even cooler. We could just keep working on a branch now. The branch that, you know, removes that landscape. But maybe just a simple commit will do. In case something goes wrong, we can always go back to this here. Yeah, so all of this could be turned into rock face. I mean, not that we're going to see it, so I'll just go sculpt it down. That should work. All this could go, because I don't think we need it anymore. Have we ever needed it? There's another option, Control Alt, lets you do that. But I think it might also select the landscape now, so we need to make sure that gets unselected, and then all that can go. Perfect, so that's gone. So 5 minutes to get the landscape into place. Oh, it's this thing again, is it? I can't switch the thing anymore. That's a shame. Removed demo objects before shrinking landscape. Wish me luck. But not sheep. Ah, what a shame, what a shame. So I'll just go restart this one more time. This looks not good. Yeah, I think let's not build our own sheep. There's got to be... What else is in the marketplace that could have sheep? And remember, there's also the DAS marketplace that we can check out. So we're not allowed to go to the marketplace anymore. Dang. There it is. I might even have a sheep in my DAS variety. So there we go. Mobile sheep $4.99. 50% off. What's not to like? It'll just be great. Is this animatable? Low poly game ready stylized sheep. Brian, 3 variations. This is what we need. Bah. That is low poly. I tell you, that is low poly. Yes, look at that. It can do this. This is what we need. And he looks all friendly. On sale. Hey, I'm going to buy that later. That's great. Is it animated? Is this animated? Yes. This is fantastic. That goes in my cart. And who says they need to be undead? I'm gonna have just a quick go at getting that landscape down there. Had I been able to switch to landscape mode, I would have done it already. I don't know if I need to change something on the ocean. House on the hill. Sometimes, I gotta say, saxophone is really nice. Other times, it's just headache inducing, isn't it? Hordes of undead sheep. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for the suggestion. Okay, so all of this will go. The ocean appears to just duplicate itself manually. I also wouldn't mind putting some of these tinier islands back there. Are these objects here? Yes, they're just cliffs. So I could go and duplicate those as well. Okay, let's try this. This is fun as well. Landscape mode. We'll go to sculpt and we'll use a really large brush here. Even larger than that. I think 8K is probably the largest one you can have. And then, oh, you can make hills. I was more thinking, let's flatten it all down like so. I suppose if we wanted to, we could have one smaller island somewhere in the distance popping out, like something like this. If it's really in the distance, that is. Tool strength could probably do with more strength. Tool strength now with more strength. Or less strength, I should say. Yeah, actually, if there's mini things like these things popping out with one tree on it, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? This is fun. It just melts away. Like the snow in the sun. Yes, and then that whole horizon thing here. That's going to be filled with funky clouds. There we go. No one can go over there anymore. Oops. Gotta make sure I don't remove the actual piece of landscape I want to keep. Yes, Chris is streaming right now. If you want to get over there, or if you want to watch us both, that's great. I'll only be another 5 minutes or so. I'm going to go and remove this, and then we'll see what the animation looks like without this in the background. And I might try to duplicate the clouds, and then we'll see if that's awesome or not. This might be too close. These things, we might not even see them, but maybe we will. So what's Chris doing tonight then? I haven't read the description yet. I think Chris might not be here anymore to tell me this. Yeah, I think 8,000 is the largest it goes, so I think I'm pretty large already. I don't know if there's a quicker way to do this. Blender making the bunny tail for a scene of Daz. That's nice. Maybe Chris can make a sheep. Sheep. That is just such a cool idea. I wonder how they animate. Are they compatible with Unreal Engine 4? It literally feels like stepping into the past, but also it's just just as responsive as 5 is without the snazzier interface. So I can really see why the guys at Cyan just use this. So this here we're gonna work on as well, but I just want to get rid of these bigger land masses here. There we go. That's pretty much all done. So this, I'll leave this here just in case we wanted to see something. If it works, great. If not, we're gonna get rid of it. But for now, what does the cinematic look like? Yeah, these little guys here, I'm okay with them because they're defined cliffs. Yeah, that's already much better. That's just so much cooler, isn't it? Maybe we have one island that I can see that. Even just these small ones here, that's totally selling it for me. And this one, if we just put some trees on there, I think we're good. And then plus clouds, we're gonna be okay. I think this was what was needed. That's what was needed. And this here, do we see that? Oh, that's a good point. Right, I'm thinking that as well. Yes, and those clouds, if it's as easy as duplicating them, if they're just planes, I think I can make that happen. And then also birds in the sky. There's this particle emitter, I think I need to investigate that for another project anyway. So if they're as easy to duplicate as I'm hoping they are, and this with clouds, we're good. Fill it all with clouds. That might even help with the lighting, because I think the clouds take away some of the strong light. That'd be good. I still think this is dark, so I feel like there should be... We might need just like a couple of point lights, like especially in front of the WP Guru, that it's just, you know, a little bit brighter. Or do a trick like we had with the logo, that's something self-emissive. But this is super impressive. I love it already. That's good. I don't need any other holding loops. This is it. And I think also when we come around, I might just animate the logo down so that we don't see the backside of it, because this protruding here, I don't think I need to see that. But it'll be easy once we get around. We can just animate the logo down and then we'll be okay. It's good, right? I'm thinking that as well. Well, my friends, I'm going to go and see if we can improve that. Let's just watch it. Can we just watch it one more time while I say goodbye? How do we do this? Then we do this, and then we go. We don't go home. We do this. That's it. But watch it one more time. I love it, my friends. Thank you so much for dropping by and spending the afternoon with me. I'm looking forward to seeing what else we can do with this, and also more Unreal Engine animations. I'm gonna go away here, and I'm gonna go and raid Chris as soon as the animation is finished. My friends, have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye.